Officer Daniel Mercer hated welfare checks. They always sounded harmless. Just go make sure someone's okay. But they were never harmless. They were the calls where you found people who had quietly slipped out of the world while everyone else kept moving. Dispatch came over the radio at 2:17.
Unit 23, welfare check. Caller reports their neighbor hasn't been seen in several days. Lights on continuously. Apartment 3B, Cedar Ridge apartment.
Mercer acknowledged and turned off the main road. The city thinned into a quiet complex pressed against a strip of woods. Cedar Ridge had been built in the 90s, back when beige siding and poor lighting passed for safe. The parking lot was nearly empty. A single car sat beneath a flickering street lamp. The light buzzed like an insect trapped in glass. Mercer parked, killed his engine, and sat for a moment. Habit. Listening. Feeling. Nothing. No voices. No TVs. No music leaking from windows. Just the wind pushing dead leaves across the asphalt. He stepped out and adjusted his vest. The radio crackled softly on his shoulder. He checked his flashlight and started toward Building C. Apartment 3B was on the 3rd floor. The stairwell smelled faintly of mildew and something else. Sweet. Too sweet. He paused halfway up and sniffed again. The smell grew stronger the higher he climbed. By the time he reached the 3rd floor, he knew exactly what it was. Death. He keyed his mic.
Unit 23 to dispatch. I may have a DOA. Starting check.
No answer. He knocked again, louder. Still nothing. He tried the handle. Locked. Protocol said call a supervisor. Wait. But something tugged at him. The smell. The light. The silence that felt staged, like a room holding its breath. He took a step back and gave the door a solid kick just below the lock. The wood cracked. A second kick popped it open. The smell hit him like a wall. Rot, copper, and that cloying sweetness that sticks to the back of your throat. Mercer raised his flashlight and swept the living room. Furniture was neat, couch squared to the TV. A coffee mug sat on the table, ringed with dried residue. The TV was on. Static hissed across the screen. He stepped inside.
Police! If anyone's here, call out now.
Nothing answered except the static. He moved slowly, methodically. The way training drilled into muscle memory. Clear corners, scan hands, watch doorways. The hallway leading to the bedroom was narrow. The smell was strongest there. Halfway down the hall, he noticed something that made his stomach tighten. Photographs. They lined the wall, not framed, just taped. Dozens of them. Each photo showed the same hallway. This hallway. Taken from inside the apartment, angled toward the front door. Different times of day, different lighting, but always the same perspective. Someone had been documenting their own front door. Mercer swallowed. He reached the bedroom doorway and angled his flashlight in before stepping through. The body was on the bed. Male, late 60s, pale, sunken. Eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Skin stretched tight like parchment. He'd been dead a while. But that wasn't what froze Mercer in place. The man's hands were clenched around a digital camera. Mercer approached slowly. Every instinct told him not to touch anything yet, but curiosity crept in. He leaned closer. The camera was still on. The display showed the last photo taken. It was a picture of the bedroom doorway. From the hallway. Mercer straightened, heart rate climbing. That meant someone else had taken it. He backed out of the bedroom and scanned the apartment again. Every shadow looked deeper now. Every corner felt occupied. He keyed his radio.
Dispatch, confirm no additional callers or reports from this address.
There was a pause. Static. Then dispatch replied.
Negative Unit 23. Only the original caller.
Mercer exhaled slowly. He turned toward the bathroom. The door was closed. He nudged it open with his foot. Empty. Shower curtain pulled shut. He hesitated, then pulled it aside. Nothing. His radio chirped suddenly.
Unit 23, be advised. The original caller just called back.
Mercer felt his chest tighten.
What's the update?
Another pause.
The caller says they don't live at Cedar Ridge anymore. They moved out 6 months ago.
Mercer's flashlight beam wavered.
Then why?
They said they received a voicemail tonight from a blocked number. A man whispering their name, asking them to check on the door.
Mercer slowly turned back toward the living room. The front door stood exactly where he'd left it. Broken lock, slightly ajar. The hallway photos flooded his mind. A soft sound came from the TV. The static cut out. A voice replaced it. Low, dry, close.
Officer.
Mercer spun, weapon up. The TV screen now showed a grainy video feed. It was the hallway camera angle again, but the door was open, and someone was standing just outside it. The figure leaned forward, face obscured by darkness.
Officer.
The voice repeated, clearer now, familiar. Mercer realized with cold certainty that the voice wasn't coming from the TV. It was behind him. His radio erupted in static as the lights flickered. Mercer turned, and the apartment went dark. When the lights came back on, the apartment was empty. No voice, no movement, no TV feed. The screen was black. Mercer stood frozen, weapon raised, heart hammering against his vest. His radio hissed, then cleared.
Unit 23, status check.
He swallowed.
Dispatch? I had audio interference, possible prank or malfunction. I'm securing the scene.
His voice sounded steadier than he felt. He swept the apartment again. Bedroom, bathroom, closets, balcony. Nothing. The body on the bed hadn't moved. The camera was still clenched in the man's hands, display dark now. Mercer backed out of the apartment and waited for backup in the hallway, eyes never leaving the door. When they arrived, the night returned to normal rhythms, radios talking over each other, flashlights overlapping, a supervisor's calm voice. By sunrise, the apartment was sealed. The death was ruled natural causes, heart failure, estimated time of death 5 days prior. No sign of forced entry before Mercer arrived, no other prints in the apartment, no surveillance cameras in the building, and no record of any outgoing calls from the deceased's phone in the last week. Case closed. Or so they said. 2 weeks later, Mercer was called into the station's media room. Internal affairs. A lieutenant. A tech analyst. No one smiled. The tech slid a laptop toward him.
We reviewed your body cam from the call.
Mercer frowned.
I didn't activate it manually. It must have come on when...
The tech nodded.
It did, automatically.
He clicked play. The footage showed Mercer approaching apartment 3B, the knock, the forced entry, the sweep. Everything matched his memory. Until the bedroom. The camera zoomed slightly as Mercer leaned over the body. The digital camera in the dead man's hands was visible. The tech paused the video.
Watch the timestamp.
Mercer leaned in. The dead man's camera display flickered to life. The photo on it showed the bedroom doorway, but the timestamp was wrong. It was dated 3 minutes after Mercer entered the apartment. Mercer's mouth went dry.
That's not possible.
The tech hit play again. The footage continued. Mercer exited the bedroom, walked down the hallway, stopped. His body cam caught the wall of photographs. The tech slowed the video frame by frame. In the earlier photos, the hallway was empty. In the most recent one, taped slightly crooked, Officer Daniel Mercer stood in the hallway, staring at the front door, captured from inside the apartment. Mercer shook his head.
I never saw that photo.
The lieutenant folded his hands.
You couldn't have.
The tech zoomed in on the image. In the reflection of the front door's peephole glass, barely visible, was another face. Not Mercer's. Pale, sunken, mouth slightly open. The tech stopped the video.
There's more.
He pulled up the radio logs. At 2:41, during the moment Mercer reported interference, a transmission had gone out from Mercer's radio ID, audio only, no button press recorded. They played it. Static crackled, then Mercer's voice filled the room, but slower, flattened. Wrong. Officer is still here. Door is open. Light is on. Mercer stared at the screen.
I didn't say that.
The lieutenant nodded once.
We know.
The tech closed the laptop.
The neighbor who died was a retired audio engineer, worked freelance surveillance cleanup. His wife passed years ago. After that, he became paranoid.
Mercer felt a chill.
He believed someone was entering his apartment at night, standing just outside his door, not breaking in, just watching.
The lieutenant stood.
He filed 6 reports over the years. No evidence, no suspects.
Mercer whispered.
Then who was calling the neighbors?
The room stayed quiet. Finally, the tech spoke.
Every welfare check at that address for the last decade was called in by someone who had moved away.
Mercer drove home in silence. That night, he sat in his dark living room, uniform still on, TV off. At 2:17, his phone buzzed. Blocked number. A voicemail notification appeared. He didn't open it. Across the room, his front door handle turned slightly, just enough to test it, then stopped. A soft whisper drifted through the quiet.
Officer.